Oh, look who's awake. Took you long enough. What? Don't look at me like that. I didn't do anything. I was just sitting here, minding my own business. Maybe watching you sleep a little. Okay, maybe more than a little. But hey, it's not like you asked me to leave. Besides, you're the one who made it interesting. You talk in your sleep, you know? That face you're making right now? Guilt, panic, mild confusion. I love it. What did you say? Should I tell you? Or maybe keep it to myself, let you wonder about it all night. Tempting, but I'm feeling generous. You said my name. Twice, actually. And kind of softly, like you were afraid I wouldn't hear you. Or maybe afraid you'd wake yourself up. Not sure which. Either way, it was cute. No, it wasn't embarrassing. You didn't confess your undying love or anything dramatic like that. You just said my name. Like it mattered. And for some reason, that mattered to me. You were so still. I thought maybe you'd wake up right after, but you didn't. You just lay there, breathing soft, almost peaceful. I couldn't move. I don't think I've ever heard my name sound like that. Like it meant something. Even in your sleep. Maybe especially in your sleep. What? No, I wasn't snooping. You were the one being loud in your own sleep-talking kind of way. I just happened to be sitting here, totally innocent. Mostly. But hey, if it makes you feel better, I didn't plan on staying this long. Really, I came in to grab the blanket I left here last night. Then I saw you, and you looked so... I don't know. Like you needed someone to stay. So I did. That's all. Besides, your hand was kind of right there and I might have touched it lightly, like this, and you didn't pull away, not even in your sleep. You know, that probably says more than anything you actually said. You really gonna pretend it didn't happen? That you didn't say anything? That maybe I just imagined it? Nice try. But no, I know what I heard, and I know how it felt. It wasn't just words. You sounded like you meant it. Like something honest slipped out. Something too real to be filtered. And I don't get moments like that very often. People say all kinds of things when they're half asleep. I've heard friends mutter nonsense in the middle of the night, shopping lists, song lyrics, things that make no sense at all. But you said my name. Slow, clear, like you needed me. And not in some big dramatic way. Not like you were begging. It was quieter than that. More sincere. Like you were asking me to stay. Because something about me helped you rest. Do you know what that does to a person? When all they've ever done is try not to take up space? When they've spent so much time wondering if their presence is more burden than comfort? To hear their name said like that, softly, like a lifeline, it changes things. I didn't wake you up. I didn't move. I just laid there and listened, because a part of me didn't want the moment to end. Because it felt like you were talking to me from somewhere deeper than daylight ever lets you speak from. You made it easy to stay. Even though my brain kept saying, don't read into it. Don't get too comfortable. Don't make it mean more than it does. But it already did. It meant something the second I realized I didn't want to leave. I've stayed with people before. I've shared beds, pillows, space. But this was the first time I stayed because it felt safe. Not out of politeness, not out of habit, but because your voice made me feel like I belonged there. And now you're trying to laugh it off. or act like you don't remember, like it didn't matter. But it mattered to me. It mattered that in your most unguarded moment, you reached for me, even if it was just my name, even if you didn't know I was listening. You said, "Don't go." And maybe you don't remember it, but I do. Every syllable. And I didn't. I stayed quiet, still, barely breathing, because I didn't want to miss a second of it. So, if you're asking why I'm still here now, this is why. Not because you said something dramatic, but because you said something real. And because it made me feel something I didn't know I needed. Something warm, something steady, something like being wanted. Because I need to know. I do. Not because I'm desperate for an answer, but because I've built too many stories in my head already, and I'm not looking to add another one that ends in never mind. So, do you? Do you want me to stay? Really stay? Not just tonight. Not just because the room is quiet and we both have nothing better to do. Because it meant something to me. Hearing you say that little phrase, it was nothing and everything all at once. It cracked something open in me. Something I've kept locked up for so long. So if it was a mistake, if you didn't mean it, if it just slipped out because your mind was floating somewhere half dreaming, I'll understand. I promise. I won't be angry. I won't make it weird. But if you did mean it, if even one part of you whispered that because you actually wanted me here, then just say so. Or you don't even have to say anything. You can just not move, not pull away, not turn distant. That'll be enough. Because I've spent years chasing people who only looked back when I was already halfway gone. And for once, I want to stop walking away. I want to stay. but not alone. So if I lean a little closer, if I rest my head right here next to yours, will you stay still? Will you let me? You don't need to do anything dramatic. You don't need to make a speech. I'm not asking for declarations. Just don't push me away. Let me exist here with you. Let me believe, just for tonight, that maybe I wasn't the only one feeling it. Still nothing, huh? No answer. No movement. Just quiet. Just warmth. Just this. Okay? That's enough. I'll stay. And maybe that's the answer. You're still lying here. So still. Not asleep. But not moving either. Like you're giving me space to say everything I need to say. And maybe I do need to say it. I think about you too. It's not just a passing thought. It's constant. Even when I'm busy. When I'm in a room full of people. When I'm supposed to be focusing on a million other things. You're there. Not loud. Not intrusive. Just present. You know that feeling when a song gets stuck in your head? But instead of the melody, it's someone's laugh. Or the way they say your name. That's what it feels like with you. Sometimes I catch myself reaching for my phone just to see if you messaged, even when I know you probably didn't. Even when I don't have anything to say. I just want to see your name. Is that weird? Too much? Because it doesn't feel too much. It feels like breathing. Like the most natural thing I do all day. And you have this way of being in my thoughts without even trying. Not in some overwhelming, can't breathe kind of way. More like comfort, steady, soft, quiet. Like when I'm standing in a warm shower after a long day, and I suddenly remember the way you looked at me when you laughed. Or when I'm staring out a train window and wondering what you'd say about the sky. It's the small things. Always the small things. And I don't say this because I want something from you. I don't expect declarations or promises. I just want to be honest. You deserve that. And so do I. Because the truth is, I don't want to stop thinking about you. I like it. I like the way you linger in my thoughts. I like how it makes the world feel a little less sharp. Even when everything else is a mess. You're the one thing that feels like it's in the right place. So maybe I don't know what this is yet. Maybe we're still figuring it out. But I know one thing. I want to figure it out with you. Not someday. Not in theory. Here. Now. If you'll let me. You're still here. Of course you are. I knew you wouldn't leave. But I kept listening, just in case I heard the door. Just in case I woke up and the space beside me was empty. I'm glad it's not. I'm so glad it's not. It's quiet again. But this time, it's not the kind of quiet that makes me feel alone. It's the kind that makes me feel safe, held, even if you haven't said a word since I woke up. That night, when you said my name, and then whispered, "Don't go." You don't know what that did to me. And I held on to that more than I realized. So, would you say it again? Even if you're not sure you meant it. Even if you're half asleep again. Just say my name. Say, "Don't go." Say anything. I'll take it. Because if you say it, even in a whisper, I'll know I'm not making this up. That I'm not the only one feeling like this. That this isn't just comfort or convenience. That it's something And if you don't say anything at all, I'll still be here. Because I'm not going anywhere. I already made that choice. Somewhere between the first night you stayed and tonight, when everything got quiet. And now, I don't want to go back. Tonight's without you. To silence that feels cold